Previously, I set out to see if anyone could build a railway, despite me having zero experience. I went to help replace broken sleepers at the tricky Stansmore curve and was learning plenty until we decided to stop and replace the entire section, which means I'm not done yet. And it's going to involve the scariest train ride of my life. Right, it's now the following Wednesday. Made great progress on the bank holiday weekend. We have Woolstanton running for the first time in 3 years, so that's exciting. I've never actually seen it in motion.
The problem we've got is now we've lifted the track, replaced it, there's no ballast to pack in between the sleepers. So tonight we're going to take Woolstanton to the colliery end, get the dogfish, the ballast hopper wagon, load it with new ballast, and then take it to the site so that ballast then can be used for packing up this coming weekend.
And then we'll have, I think, a 180-foot section of track done. Never actually seen a ballast drop or pickup. Also, we have a first-time volunteer, Steve. Welcome, Steve. Show him some of the ropes. Not that I know what I'm doing. And can I be of any use? I'll just leave you to enjoy the sound for a moment. Well, she sounds like she's in fine spirits. Let's hope it lasts the whole evening. It's great seeing trains out in the evening sunlight. It really colours Foxfield's already lovely views. Speaking of views, we've just gone past Dilhorn Park Station, where passenger trains currently terminate. And we're going somewhere you literally can't pay to see by train. The colliery down the end of the famous Foxfield Bank. This colliery opened in 1880, and it's the whole reason why Foxfield even exists. And if you arrive by car, you can now visit the old colliery buildings, as well as our new visitor centre and cafe, thanks to some grant money from the National Lottery Heritage Fund and Association of Independent Museums. And hopefully one day, passenger trains will be back here too. Pete and Greg get Woolstanton over to a siding to collect our dogfish. Who names these things? Now, volunteers trained in plant machinery are hard to come by, and John would gratefully accept anyone who is or who wants to be trained. If that someone is you, leave us a comment or hit us up with the email in the description. John is working at the digger, loading up the ballast truck. It's a lovely evening for it. It's not too warm, not too cold, barely any wind, but we've got to get all this ballast up the line round about a mile or so away to where Stansmore Curve is, where we need to go pack it. It'd be nice to get a lot of this done before the sun goes down so we can actually see what we're doing. On to Stansmore. It's a privilege to be out here helping tonight. Sure, it's a lovely evening, but everyone here is a volunteer, and some come from neighbouring counties. Plus, if you think about it, I'm getting a cab ride for the much lower cost of membership. Genius, I tell you. Although this genius nearly blew the horn when I thought these chains were hand grips. Nope, great design feature. And hey look, deer!
Probably going to be from where we are here to the end where the pile of ballast is, and then back, probably that a couple of times.
John shows fellow newcomer Steve how to work the dogfish, and together they start dropping some of that 12 tons of ballast. Our first priority is to deposit most of it directly along the sleeper ends, where they carry the most weight.
Hey Greg, I can do the same on that side.
Once Steve is done, then it's my turn to... Wait! No, wait. John swallowed a fly.
I saw it.
Oh, mate, that's horrible, that is.
Oh,
You don't support it?
you got some?
As I was saying, John's going to let me have a go. Right, so what are we about to do?
See the door opening? So under the other side now, the door's closed. As we use this handle here, the door will open. Ballast will start to drop out and drop along the side of the track.
Okay.
So, let's close that back up. And there's also a central door in the middle. So if we want to drop ballast in the forefoot, the middle of the rails, we can do that as well.
All right, so which one are we going to do?
So we're going to do this one, which will drop the ballast onto the right hand side as we go into the cess. I've already dropped so much ballast already, so now we just need to just put a little bit more on top for enough when we start packing.
Nice. Right, am I giving a signal? You giving a signal?
I'll give them a signal to go shortly. If you go towards open, just nice and slowly.
You'll forgive John's camera work here, but he was correctly prioritising job safety first.
That's enough for the moment.
So let's be honest, turning a wheel doesn't look very complicated, but it's not as easy as it looks. It gets a bit temperamental.
Yeah.
And I'll explain more when I go off in a moment. But I can confirm anyone can do it with reasonable mobility.
Go for a little bit more.
But look, I'm doing things. I'm helping to build a railway.
Yeah, go a little bit more. Open a little bit more, yeah, that's it. Yeah, you can hear it when it starts to stop.
Yeah.
You can keep the constant flow. You're always better dropping too little than too much.
Yeah.
But you can always come back and drop a little bit more. You can never take it away. And if you put too much in, when it comes to Sunday, tackling Sunday, your name will be smudged. Yeah.
That'll be me.
Okay, so try and shut it now. As much as you can. You'll probably find it won't go that far.
Nope, not that far.
That'll be okay.
Well, that was fun. Really fun. Sorry. I'll show myself out. So operating that ballast wheel, it's not an exact science. It's not like, you know, pouring liquid out of a bottle where it comes at a fairly constant rate. It starts to sort of dry up. John says you've got to be listening for when that sound starts to trail away and you can tell that the ballast isn't coming out as much. You need to open it up some more, sort of shimmy it round. Looks pretty good to me, actually. Looking good. 180 feet's worth of ballast now pretty much down. So when we come back to pack it, we'll be packing it underneath these ends. That's where it's most needed, I'm told. We've pretty much used most of the ballast, so looks like we're good, and it's not even dark yet. Winner. And John has an idea for the return trip I may not like.
So at the moment there's ballast stuck in there, so you can't close the door. So what we'll do, as we go back up the line now, places where we've got a bit less ballast, where we need it on the outside, we'll open the doors up and fill that ballast shoulder in. The whole lot will just disappear out completely. Just hold tight.
Hold tight! Hold tight! I'm not supposed to be able to see the axle when I'm on a train. Now, John assures me this is one of the few wagons that's safe to be on when in use, and we're actually planning on extending the side rails on the platform for improved safety of travelling staff. Not that its small standing area or lack of walls make me feel any better about it. This is the most terrifying and exhilarating train ride of my life. Not gonna lie. You've not ridden a railway till you've ridden this way. Honestly, become a volunteer, you get to do awesome stuff. And with the help of Foxfield volunteers, this unexpected redevelopment of the whole curve is just, well, turning a corner. Sorry, I can't help it. It was just right there. Join me for the finale in part 3, where I'm sent packing with a crowbar in hand. I find out there's a problem with my ballast drop, and we find out if the railway can finally reopen.